True crime with terrible sight. You world of YouTube. I've been trying to find this person, and it literally just came up last night. Now, before I go on to this suspect's face in my eyes, which I can't say he is or he isn't, but I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that I got this before I show anything. And I wanted to make sure everybody knew what I said in one of my previous videos, and I'll say it again. People that you may not think. I had explained that I did a clean-out job for a foreclosed house. And I'm still yet to find the card to show it and prove it. But, this person was a religious figure. Yes. And like I said, he must have done props in his front yard for the community for Halloween. Because in the house, in the basement, I found all kinds of Halloween stuff. I even found, I don't think I mentioned this, but I found a big book of CDs of karaoke. He must have held karaoke parties, some Halloween music, and, karaoke stuff. He must have been a big, huge community church reverend or a pastor. Don't think he was either a reverend or a pastor, not a priest. I think I said a priest in that other one. So anyway, as I was saying, cleaning out a house of a person of this nature, reverend, pastor, he had like I said, at this house, must have had a strong bond with the community. Up until the point that I got to the top master bedroom. All that's what I seen as this man just literally fell into the toilet. As in God's words. Which, like I say, I believe into my Native American spirits, as I'm followed by them every day. But in God's terms, in God's eyes, in God's, goodness, He forgives you. But yet, this man had the most wickedest, dirtiest mind in my eyes, that takes everything away from the believeness of God. And if God was to forgive this man for his sins, I would be very opposed of disgust because of what this guy and what I found in this pastor's reverend's room. Mind you, master bedroom. And just the thoughts of it right now makes me want to throw up and be sick. Makes me wonder what does God, or what would he think? What would Jesus think? But yet I still got to go over the First Testament. Not the New Testament, the Old Testament. Of my findings of that. And I started it, if anybody wants to look into that, my thoughts and theories of the Old Testament. But where God is so good, God is so great, God is, oh my God, it drives me insane to even think. As I walk into this bedroom, keep it in mind, we have a pastor here, a reverend. If you caught it in my other video, you already know where I'm going. If you're new and you're catching up, well, this reverend pastor that lived in this house with the community sold, I believe, also Halloween goods of, props. Dressed it up and probably in his yard for Halloween for the kids to come by and grab candy. But yet in his room, secretly in his room, pornography, videos, books, toys. Oh my God, the toys. And right, that's what makes me think Bridge Guy. If he had an obsession with dolls, or let alone use them to incriminate sex toys, sex dolls, Reverend Pasture, disgust. So, where does this bring me to this? And why did I mention it in a previous video? Why am I mentioning it now? It's because in the previous video I said, who do you know what official or department or whatever this Bridge Guy is and what he is and who he is? And someone had brought up a name, and like I said, I wasn't getting it. I wasn't finding it. But lo and behold, I found it last night. And just the fact that what have I just come up with, what I have just said about a clean out I did, and this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe 6 tops. And you know what? I was trying to go back to that house because I wanted to take a picture of it because I lost the friggin' card. I know it's in my stuff, but due to the move I did, packing stuff, it's like, I lost it. But I wanted to keep that for a purpose. And this now is the perfect moment if I could find that damn card for this purpose. Because, right, just keep thinking, pasture, reverend, sex toys, sex dolls, obsession with the Bridge Guy. And I mean, now what I have found, though, I will say there are some things, but yet there is some not so many things. But what I found last night, this person had just posted what I watched. And I think it said like either 6 days ago or 6 hours ago. So, right, he's still in the public. He's, I want to say, similarities to the Bridge Guy, but there are some defaults with this. And you know what? And just once again to think about all that, what I just mentioned, of what I found in a house, through the community, pasture, reverend, this man was. Just think of all of that and the sex toys. And even to say dolls, about sex dolls. If there's an obsession with dolls with Bridge Guy, I say obsession with dolls with sex toys. And it's not the first time that religion goes down the line and priests came out and have been found to be molesting boys. And the God to not strike these people down and let only the good die young. That's the only reason why I take my eyes away from God and look into the Native American spirit world where I think I belong. Because that being said, in the past few 5-6 years, you've been seeing the hammer being drawn down. But just think about how many kids in the past that have lost their sensibility, their innocence, and their life, and their mental health of the mind to sex and rape. And just think of it. And God allowed that for so long. These people were stuck in a closet. They got away with it. And after one kid or 2-3 kids, it shouldn't even be 2-3 kids, after hundreds of kids. This is why I turn my face away from ever trying to look at that man in the sky. But I got an appointment to go to. I have to pause, but I'm sure the stupid video starts back up. It ain't like I did, but you gotta keep you in suspense. It's getting good. It's getting good. Can't wait to tell you what's next, but I'll be back. Well, I'm back. Hope I didn't keep you long in suspense. If I did, sorry. But, as I was going over, as I was telling you to put it in your mind, this religious figure that I say I found nothing but rotten dirtiness. And how is God to be, letting someone of this nature live among us? So, as I was saying, here we are with the mapping of what I've had up so far for a while. I had gotten a comment to check out a name. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I had a problem finding it, but like I said, it finally came up. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's, yeah, but then there's, maybe. But I like to analyze everything I get, and I hold you no more in suspense to bring you to this man. Now, in the beginning, when I did my first analyzing on Bridge Guy, once again I tried to bring up the clearest picture of Bridge Guy. And like I say, for this to be a hat, and now that I've really got it blown up, and everybody talking about the hat, we can honestly all agree that, come on. No. Right here could be a hoodie. And as you just seen in that first picture that I just brought up, the man in it likes to wear a hoodie. Not only do we see that, but also, you have to bear with me, I'll be right back. So as I was saying, also in this video, as you can see, now if this was such a hat, now that I've got it blown up even more, you can see the hairline right here, and a big bubbled piece of hair sitting up right here. Now if this was a hat, there would be no little hole or bedhead sticking up, as we call it. Also known in this picture, as you can see, quite frankly, and yes, it does similarities look very similar with the new face, mind you. And I was saying this before about the hair part. And as you can see, it does look like it moves in, but it does look like it goes up, but it could be mistakenly right. As blurry as the photo is, look like a hat. Gatsby hat, I believe they call it. Derby boy. I was actually thinking of picking myself up one because Macho Man Randy Savage, oh yeah, wore one and it looked pretty damn cool. So, of course, it honors the man, not the late, but the great and powerful Brian Johnson. But so forth. So that being said, you look like you got your bed head up here, hairline, and it does look like it's going downward. And of course, it looks like it's orangey red. And not only that about this guy and his hair and his hairline. And I tried to get it out of this video, but he did bend his head more than this, but I couldn't get it. I got frustrated. I got off, but this was enough. This was enough. Because as you can plainly see, hairline. And it looks bald. Right? Right about there. So not only that, folks, this man is also a religion figure. Not only that, I think he has problems with his hair too, because he don't like to keep it fully parted. As you can see, as he gets it pushed down here, trying to straighten it out. It's obvious the guy's got a complexion. Don't like his parted hair. And I know me as a kid, my mother tried doing that to me, and I did the same damn thing and pulled it forward. Because my father, being, born in 36 and raised throughout the 50s, the 40s and 50s, where hair, Brill cream, a little dab will do ya, was what people in the 50s used to slick that hair back, especially the old gangsters. But when you got a hairline, like this, and very badly, but what gets me on this photo is how dark it is, and light hair later, but dark hair. So, that right there is a little, but you can see the coloring right there, how identical it almost looks. Once again, I'm not throwing this guy under the bus yet, but there's someone out there that sent this name to me, and I highly appreciate it. Of course, I have to do my rights of putting that person and give them what they want, and that's a good stone cold analyst video. So we go to the face. Now, one thing I cannot get out of here, but I did read something in an article that this man had completely shaved his face. But now, as you can see, and this, mind you, came from the video I said yesterday, 6 hours to 6 days ago, that this came up. So this is very fresh and new photo. But he has his full beard back. And what is very disturbing about this guy also, like my pastor, my reverend, that I cleaned the house out, that I found out nasty, dirty things about, this man works with young girls and boys. Someone also mentioned in a comment they've seen the name into the church, what forth that this man works in, and German name. One of the girls' names came up. They didn't know, and I don't think I looked on that, said anything about them being related, but they threw that out there, and it's like, whoa. Yes, folks, very creepy. Now, one thing Now that does get me to say, like I said in the beginning, maybe because this guy don't have a big beaker like this guy. But then again, right, it's a lousy photo. His head is tipped down, but he has the puffy cheeks. This man does. Kind of has the same shoulder length build. And when you look at the regular picture, which I did not put up there. Oh, there it is. And I got the Bridge Guy original photo. Because something does also match up with that. But as you can see, big set man, like I said. I keep saying, Bridge Guy is a big set man. There he is. There's someone that has similarities. The Bridge Guy and his big set man. Right there. Big man. Big man. And like I say, look at that hairdo now. When it's back, cutly short though. Cutly short. Hairlines. It is a good opposition that this man, maybe. I'm not pointing the finger just yet, but he's still free. He still works in the church. Talking about food drives in this video and everything else. So that leads me to bring me right to this photo. Of course, is the original sketch. And as you can see, if this is the guy of POI, I will say one thing. Look at the bridge of the nose. How the honker points out a bit. Eyes. I hate when that does that. Eyes sort of slant down. Nose comes out. Right? And the bridge of the nose. Eyebrows, take a good look at that, and then you come down here. Even though this man's eyebrows, I don't know what the hell kind of eyebrows them are. The bridge of the nose sticks out. The puffy cheeks, the eyes go down. Now that witness that supposedly saw a Bridge Guy and talked to him and moved out of state, she didn't want nothing to do with it. Is this the man she did see? I could not believe what she saw or was talking to. Maybe. Like I say, I'm not the investigator here. I'm not the full-fledged person to say or determine this. These are just thoughts, theories, ideas, folks. And yes, I have a good memory in doing depiction of pictures. Or did I put that right? I have a good eye of putting faces together. And unfortunately, this poor bastard, if he ain't, or if he is, has some creepy, scary, similar features. And even to know that this guy is religious is even more creepier. Especially when I encountered Pastor, huh? And when I told you, Reverend Pastor, dirty sex, toys, and, it only drives me to think and believe what really happened in the guy that I found out about in his room and them sex toys. Just turns your stomach, makes you think and wonder. But I'm sorry, folks. I'm not sorry, but if this is the individual and they're just going on their everyday lives because he's a man of God, you see, that's why I don't believe in God. I can't say I don't believe in him, but what I can say is I will not worship him because of stuff like this. I'd rather stick and stay with my Native American blood. I'd rather, hold the Native American spirit, which I know has been coming very strong towards me due to the fact that as I started this video, a hawk flew over my head, and mind you, flew into a distant tree. And they've been circling this house. Raven blew out of a tree one day in this backyard. An owl. And not just last week, I think 2 American bald eagles were really flying high, but they were over my yard. And them were all Native American sacred birds. So they make a point to come around here and make it known that they are here. And that's what they do in the Native American spirit world. If you want to learn about them, look them up, people. I even got videos on them you can check out. Especially I had some unidentified claws in the backyard last winter in the snow. And they resembled some claws to the spiritual Native American bird. That's right. But anyways, I'm not saying it is a suspect, but if it is, and he poor bastard, like I said, has some similarities here. Ooh. Right now, there is another story. This will be it. Knew a guy once, I think I already mentioned it, but if I did not, you will hear this first with me. I didn't know him personally. Was someone that knew him, right? It's one of them things. And once I found out who this person was and what this person did, yeah, that person better make the day known that if I ever step past with him, I will break his jaw. I will break his legs. He's a child pedophile. But what the story is, and kind of what I have not done yet, but like I said, if I ever cross paths, you're not telling anything what I won't do. I won't say anything I won't do, but what the story is about this person is that he supposedly has someone that looks identical to him, and that person did the crime, and he got charged. That's the story. You can obviously, honestly believe it or not, but honestly, I think it's just the fact that, yeah, everybody does have a twin in this world, don't get me wrong. Like I say, I have a good eye for analyzing faces, and when I see someone I've seen in the past or knew in the past, and I see that face, I literally went up to somebody, dude, people, and I walked up to someone, and I thought it was someone I went to jail with, and it wasn't even him, and he looked just like the guy. And when he started talking, I was like, oh shit, I got the wrong guy. Yeah, so hey, and this guy and the other guy, and that guy claims that guy never got caught, never got charged. He got charged because he looked just like them. I mean, you take the story as it is. I take it as a lie, and I think the person has done it. But due to that being hung over his head, but you know what? Someone did ask the person, why didn't you just get it? Why didn't you get that person in trouble and do something about it? He said he tried, but it didn't help. Didn't work. They didn't believe him. But it's bullshit. And if there's DNA, and I think there was. It was a fucking, pretty much, yeah, an underage child with a, grown kid, teenager, 20s, whatever. Something should have been taken, samples, but yeah. And then he's a sex offender. And that's right. I don't take kindly to sex offenders or people, anything like this. So everybody has a twin. But if it does turn out, people, that this is the man and they're just being housed, oh, man. All right, people. For the people that are hiding and covering it up, just push it in the corner. Yeah, shame on you. Other than that, someone that I did read about this guy saying that he has not done anything yet. I don't think he's even given his DNA yet either. So I'm about to wonder if Greeno could look that up or whatnot, being in that town, but I haven't seen nothing yet. Still looking into this man. I still want to find his clean-shaved face to get a better look. But right now, it don't look too good. I tell you that. But until that next video, be safe, take care, always beware. More coming up on this, folks. Just gotta get the time to do it. But yeah, that's just some creepy shit. If some of the people in Delphi are just covering up for this man, and whoa, no effing way. But like I say, I got a little more research to do on this guy, and I'll be back. But till the next video,